About 4 or 5 years ago, the government introduced the condition of funding, which meant for us as a college, we had in excess of 1,000 students suddenly requiring to do maths alongside their vocational courses here, which was a big step change for us.
I work with the other 21 colleges, attend forums, training, and also organise the trials that we run here, which are part of the national project. The key theme that we're championing here is motivation and engagement. Our students that come here to study GCSE maths are resitting. It's quite a big hurdle to work through with them because a lot of them will be very disheartened. They've had their confidence knocked. The first start to getting them engaged is really looking at building that confidence and maybe breaking down some of those barriers that they may have, maybe things like maths anxiety or just they felt that maybe they were really behind throughout GCSE at school and they didn't really follow the lessons or they lost engagement because they felt that they weren't very good compared to people in their class. So we do a lot of work around making sure that they're in the right groups for them as well, so that the level will be similar around them and really developing that, overcoming that fear.
The area we're in, which is Plymouth, has very low attainment for maths. That's at all levels, so from primary school right up to post-16. Therefore, it's a huge challenge because over 60% of our students coming in at 16 years old actually require to do either a functional skill or a maths qualification, which puts a large strain on doing that alongside in terms of timetabling and resource that the college has to invest.
The biggest way to increase student engagement, I think when we first started as well, is it was starting this openness and this real visibility throughout the college. So I think we've worked a lot this year on making sure that maths is seen throughout the college. Since March to now, we've had over 4,500 interactions with students separate to their maths lessons. We try and have a different activity every week, but we try and have one that's relevant to a particular faculty. So that's another way that through Maths Corner, we've sort of included staff throughout faculties and throughout the college to try and create that cultural shift and them to be involved in maths delivery and maths activities as well. So they design their activity for Maths Corner and they come along, but they show how the maths is within their subject. So today we had working out your BMI and that was a science team that came and delivered that, and they showed the calculations that you use with your blood pressure and measuring height and the cup stacking. So obviously it's all about time and reactions.
I'm on a final year degree in computing, and when I joined here on my higher education studies, I became a student ambassador at the college. We assist and host sessions for students across the college, taking them out of their normal lessons and giving them a little bit of a different environment. I think a role of this kind is important because it's coming from someone in similar footsteps. So I'm also a student here. I'm not staff. I'm not seen to be this higher sort of level. It's just sort of, I'm here taking some time out of my day to sort of help you.
To have students that have gone through a GCSE resit and can then talk to other students that are coming in and thinking they can't do it is actually really helpful. And it's helped with the centre activities that we have. I mean, they're a great team and they get involved with everything and they've brought different skills in as well. Inspire Me is our range of guest speakers coming in and different motivational talks. And they come in and do guest sessions, talk about careers, talk about maths, how maths has helped them in their career. We also have motivational speakers that come in through that programme. Compete With Me is designed as a maths competition for students, which all students can take part in. Each term will have a challenge or a day of activities. So we've done things to sort of tie in other faculties as well. So we do like a Lego construction challenge. We've done reaction tests. We do Kahoot, so bringing in some interactive technology. We've also done things like a paper tower build, which is a really simple activity that can be done anywhere throughout the college. So we managed to get a lot of classes to do that sort of all at once. Joint teaching. So this is something that we worked on last year with an ESOL group, and it worked really well. So we've developed that more. So we've got some clips today of a joint session with Sean, one of our maths lecturers, and two of our hairdressing lecturers, Vicky and Charlene. So they did a joint session today on ratio within hairdressing, mixing chemicals and all sorts of things that they can tie in that show contextualise the link between maths and hairdressing and how students will use that when they progress that career, if they choose to start their own business.
We use sandwiching within our timetables, so they'll do vocational, maths, vocational, so that students don't disappear or they haven't got large gaps in their timetable before a maths lesson, or it's not the first or last session of the day. Around our exam periods, we have a significant strategy in place which includes all staff and students who are involved in maths exams, including the vocational tutors and managers. For that, we provide breakfast for our students, which is a huge investment, but it's something which really helps them to get in and make sure they're prepared for that exam in the morning. We phone, we get students in taxis, we do whatever it takes to get them in. And I'm really pleased to say it's worked, and we've actually had 100% attendance at our GCSEs this year so far. So the cultural shift for this college has been huge and has been very successful. What we've had to do is really improve communication and make everybody in the college recognise that maths is not just the maths department's responsibility, it's everybody's responsibility to make sure the students are successful. We've actually started training some of our teaching assistants or our learning support assistants to upskill throughout their journey within the college and upskill some of our internal staff. We've also done that with some of our vocational staff. We've worked with a local university to actually get those people trained to be able to deliver maths, and then they've been able to take part in that delivery as well.
And I think that's one of the key things that I've learned across the year as well. Like, no matter how cheesy you might think something might be for students, or you think, oh no, you think you know whether a 16-year-old will engage. Things like the Lego build, we got feedback from tutors after that some students that came in to do the Compete With Me with the Lego build were more engaged and focused than they'd been in lessons for a long time. And it's finding that niche and what area will work for them and how they can really engage with maths.